Medica, good orator and good presenter of the subject. I request Dr. Join and to send your best wishes, to convey the best wishes on this occasion, and to declare opening of this particular session. Dr. Join sir, please start because we are in delay. So, Dr. Join sir, please start your speaking. Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Please
So,
start.
good morning, all respected teachers, students, and my colleagues. This is indeed a pleasure to be part of all of you to listen to Dr. Rajat sir, and we know how much knowledgeable and how much experienced he is. I would say that this is a very good initiative taken by Antar Bharati Homeopathic Medical College, Nagpur, and getting connected to all the known speaker as well as practitioner in homeopathy, and they are trying to reach to the different corners of India and outside to get connected and learn homeopathy in this lockdown period. Now this is another opportunity. Probably lockdown has given us an opportunity to connect to all the people without traveling. So I am really happy with this initiative, and I hope that we will continue after lockdown also such activities, so that we all can learn from all great teachers across the globe and improve our insight into homeopathic practice as well as teaching. I declare that this session open, and I request Dr. Rajat to continue with his presentation. I don't want to take more time of him.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Rajat to present his presentation. Dr. Rajat Chattopadhyay, he is the principal of most oldest institution of Asia, the Calcutta Homeopathy Medical College and Hospital, and he did MD from West Bengal University of Health Sciences, and also did PhD from West Bengal University of Health Sciences, graduation from Calcutta University, and he is a good orator, a good teacher, good administrator of the institution, because he is the right person to hold the chair of the principal in this helm of affairs, and he is doing well with this institution because myself is the alumni of this institution, the first batch of BHMS course, and we are getting all information that he is doing well with the administration as well as the teaching. Dr. Rajat, he has lot of papers and publications through the different peer-reviewed journal in homeopathy, and already he has published so many books on homeopathy, on cardiology and others, very popular book in the field of homeopathy. So I do not like to linger this session by introducing him because already very late. Request Rajat to present yourself. Please start your presentation. Start your presentation, Dr. Rajat. Dr. Rajat Chattopadhyay now presenting his lecture on the topic Art of Prescription. Art of Prescription. Okay, you please start.
Just a minute. Is it visible?
Yes, visible.
Am I audible? Okay.
Okay.
First of all, I should convey all the organizing committee, especially to Dr. Akhilesh Khan, is the ex-principal of DND Homeopathic Medical College, very dynamic personality in West Bengal and all over India. Still after retirement, I can see the enthusiastic activities of Dr. Khan. So we shall be inspired by seeing this ever young personality in homeopathy. I am also, I should pay my gratitude to the college authority of AHMC Nagpur. It's a right time within this pandemic COVID situation. It is a wonderful platform for sharing our experiences with the all esteemed homeopaths from all the corners of the India. Even the few international delegates are here. I should convey my gratitude to Dr. Bipin Jain. Is a very, I know his dynamic personality in the homeopathic field, and from the integrative approach, the applied veterinary approach, we are very much very very much inspired from his good speech. He is also very good orator. I am very fortunate enough that he is the inaugurator of this session. So I should start my presentation with a view of the oldest institute of the Asia. Right now, I can say it is the oldest #1 survival institute of the world, even the Calcutta Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital. And I am fortunate enough that I am in the post of principal and administrator since more than 3.5 years. So the topic is the art of prescription. I should first slide. It is of August Baer. It is it is possible to find in the organ the highest wisdom and greatest foolishness according to the natural tendency of reader. So whatever there are a lot of criticism that organon is the very old one. Organon should be updated within the lifetime of Hahnemann. He reviewed is for 5 times after his death. It is the 6th edition published. So why till date it is going on without any edition, without any publications? So a lot of things, but we should go line by line of this if we can through the essence of the organ of medicine, because it is the I can say it's a guidebook to practice medicine. Whatever I in the profession, being in the clinical medicine, in the practice of medicine department since 20 years, more than 20 years, and I can see that without the help of this organ, what is literally means the instrument, you cannot practice the clinical medicine. Whatever practice of medicine, you have a very good idea of respiratory system, cardiovascular system, nervous system, whatever. But whenever it is the application of homeopathy and you have to apply homeopathic medicine, so you should have the knowledge of organ of medicine, and it is the right instrument to apply medicine in the light of homeopathic philosophy. So whatever our prescription may be, whatever in the field, there are different angle of prescription, constitutional prescription, miasmatic basis prescription, pathological prescription, SNAP. I can in West Bengal, in Kolkata, it is very famous. There is Allen keynote based prescription. So there are a lot of repertory based prescription is very much it is very much prevailing in Maharashtra, Pune, etc. So there are a lot of things, but ultimately the is our aim is to treat the patient, and as per philosophy of homeopathy, and to apply clinical medicine in the light of organ of medicine. So my next slide, if we go through the disease study, if we just want to see any disease, say from COPD to IBS to nervous system to stroke, whatever may be the disease, if we see, we can divide the disease into longitudinal and cross-sectional study. You know, the longitudinal study, you can go to the depth of the disease, whatever disease may be. If it is chronic bronchitis, then you have to know the etiology, you have to know the etiopathology, you have to know the hemodynamics, you have to know the clinical features, signs, symptoms, you have to know the complications, investigations, everything, even the management part. So these are the longitudinal study, in-depth study of the disease itself. But whenever we think it from homeopathic physician point of view, that should be cross-sectional study. So you have to study the man in his society. So then the patient of chronic bronchitis, you have to study it from sociological views also, not only sociology, economy, political, everything is mental status, physical status, and sociological status. These are very important. So longitudinal study and cross-sectional study, these are both of important for studying any important disease. And we should not forget the aphorism 3, which the most important part is the indications. It is the last one, the indications. We should have the knowledge of practice of medicine, very good knowledge of practice of medicine, with in-depth study of the disease, with the investigations, with the etiology, with the pathology. But the indications part, this is the most crucial part for any homeopath. The indications which will show you the guide to reach to the simillimum. So it is very important. We should know we should find out the indications in each and every disease, whatever disease may be. If it is in curable stage, if it is, I repeat, if it is in curable stage, then the disease should give the indications. So we have to search for the indications. I can say it is in the PQRS of 153 aphorism, that is the uncommon peculiar symptoms we have to search for. Whatever may be the disease in the name, it may be from diabetes mellitus, it may be from hypertension. Even if the disease cannot give you any indications, it is also clue that the disease may be in incurable state, or you may draw inference that your case taking is not good enough to snatch out the indications from that disease part. So we have to search out. it is well known to us that there is order, perfect order in every sickness that presents itself and rests with the physician to find that order. So there is a tune in any disease, whatever. I am talking about chronic disease. I also it is applicable to acute disease also, but I should say that the chronic disease in chronic disease you can get the music, you can get the tune, and you have to catch the order, you have to catch the tune. If the whatever the tune, whatever the essence of the disease is, and just you have to match your Mathematica knowledge of Mathematica along the line of organ of medicine, then you can find the simillimum. And we know the very famous quotation that all living beings having history, living structure is always a record of prior development of Fritz of Capra. So anything you don't think just डॉक्टर साहब ये तो ऐसे ही होता है, ऐसा नहीं है, कुछ चीज ऐसा नहीं होता है. Idiopathic is a very common thing in clinical medicine. Whatever I can remember more than 10 12 students whenever we asked anything of etiology or the causation of any disease, the first point they can remember that is idiopathic cause. But idiopathic cause is why idiopathic cause may satisfy the modern medicine, the materialistic part. But in the dynamic field, in the dynamic pathology, from sociological point of view, from accessory circumstances point of view, why the idiopathic cause should be there? So something is there. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. डायबिटीज ऐसा नहीं होता है. डॉक्टर साहब कभी भी मेरा ऐसा नहीं हुआ है. मेरा पूरा फर्स्ट हिस्ट्री, फैमिली हिस्ट्री में देयर इज नथिंग हैपेंड, बट मेरा ऐसा बीमारी हुआ है. Usually it not happened. Something is there, so something past history we have to cause of the cause. Not only you should confine yourself. आप लोग किसी भी कोई बीमारी का कोई कॉज बैक्टीरिया हो गया, वायरस हो गया, कोई भी ऐसा हो गया, ऐसा नहीं है. Why this pandemic COVID-19 situation is going on? What was going on before the pandemic situation and what is right now is going on? You just think of the sociological factor. You just think of the past life, whatever the past life of our society, the huge globalization of the society. It is very, we say that it is the very much boon to the civilization, but it proves that it is the curse to the civilization. So much fast, the pace of the world. It is not so much. It should not be so much. So we have to stop. Everything is stopped now all over the world, not only in India, all over the world. So these things we should think that what cause behind that. It is not the only COVID-19. It is not that you're only COVID-2 bacteria. This is the ultimate factor. So you have to judge, you have to think everything on the basis of your social factors. So there are multiple causes in any disease from the influential life. Even your most important part of your life, your most important part of your life, your most important part of your life is like your menarche. In case of female, it is the menarche, the first appearance of the menstruation, the puberty, even the pregnancy period, before pregnancy, after pregnancy, even the retirement period. So there may be multiple factors not considered as the cause in the clinical medicine. Yes, we should not include it within the clinical medicine, but from the cause of the cause concept, from the dynamic disease concept, anything, this type of thinking, those are the turning points in our life. From these turning points can cause the evolution of the disease. So we should be taking care for. So how can we got these information? How can we receive all these informations that what happened in his or her personal life, what happened in his or her society? A good doctor-patient relationship bonding through the exhaustive case taking. So we should feel proud of that. This type of case taking is the very basic fundamentals of our homeopathy, and it is the 83 to 104 aphorism, all the things in the first BHMS, second BHMS part. Now it is not within the first BHMS, but the classes are there. Examination is not there. But the case taking part is a very important part because we can feel superior with that. Only that can be, we can think that compared with the psychological case taking and the case taking of the previous clinical medicine. It is not that only Dr. Hahnemann invented anything new. It was there. It was there in the clinical medicine, but too much time, the exhaustive case taking type, the mentality, the intent was not there, which is reflected in our homeopathy. So this type of unique weapon we have, the exhaustive case taking, through which we can develop the doctor-patient relationship. Nowadays, whole world is thinking that where the doctor-patient relationship is now, it's very bad. It is now consumer within the Consumer Protection Act. So anything, our treatment facility, whatever we are providing to our patient, that can be compared with the anything with the business. So it is not like that. So right now it is, we can say, the aphorism number one, the mission of the physician, though it is translated in the area of mission, but the calling, the mission, whoever translated, they want to make that the profession is the noble profession. It is the treatment profession, but it is not related to any type of business mentality. So we should have a very good bondage with the patient as a doctor. And we can see there are active passive method, there may be teacher student method, there may be mutual participation method, there may be friendship model method. As a doctor, you can be a friend, you can be a teacher, you can be a very active, you can be very passive. So there are modulation, modulation, there are ups and downs. So within the case taking period, in any time you may be very active, you have to exert that I am the physician. Again, whenever patient is narrating any important part, very touchy part of her life, then you should remain passive just to hear her. What was her appearance? What was her feelings? Whatever you are asking, what is your desire? What is your aversion? And he or she is talking very casual method. That should not be your rubric. You know the rubrics of the repertory. All the rubrics of the repertory is the extreme. You cannot say anything, whatever is told casually, and you have to note down as case taking. That is the not right approach. So we should we should go through this type of method of during case taking. I should go fast because my uh, with certain well-defined expectations related to behavior and treatment that he will be getting. Patients with the conception of the doctor, with image of the doctor. So you should be very cautious about your image as a doctor. And just the reflection, something that the particular had said, not repeating, but a paraphrase that the doctor has perceived what the patient is trying to say. So we can, whatever the patient is telling is very much serious. डॉक्टर साहब मेरा ऐसे इतना दर्द है ना, जब से मैं गिर गया हूं से अच्छा अच्छा ऐसा है, ओहो इतना दर्द होता है. So just you are with the patient. Sometimes patient becomes silence because you have asked whatever is very personal, and the silence has its own meaning, and the patient become numb. So you don't think that the patient is not telling you anything. Patient is something want to tell, but as because the question is very personal and the question is very touchy one, so patient becomes silence, and that is your clue that that question, that part may be the darkened period of that patient's life. That may be the turning point. That may be the real anamnesis from which you can make the totality of symptoms. Sometimes you have to go to confrontation. Whatever patient is telling, patient is deviating you to from whatever you are asking, patient is deviating. So you have to make your confrontation. Sometimes you have to give your clarification. डॉक्टर साहब पूछ रहे हैं कि डॉक्टर साहब ये कब खत्म होगा, हमको अच्छा नहीं लगता है मास्क पहन के रहना, हमको अच्छा नहीं लगता है घर में रहना, ट्यूबरकुलर एक्टिविटीज है, ट्रैवल, वन टू डिजायर, पूरा कॉस्मोपोलिटन टाइप का पेशेंट है, पर्सनालिटी है वो. So you have to clarify that now it is the right time. You can travel through your mind, you can travel through your virtual world, through the network, but you can't travel now. Just time, you gave your time, 1 year time, you give it, then you should go. Yeah, so you have to clarify everything. Even it is very common right now, the problem child, the hyperactive child, the attention deficit child, even the autistic age, within the autism spectrum disorders age, there are very many varieties of the autism spectrum disorders. As per my knowledge, it is more than 83 or 89 varieties under autism spectrum disorders. So the parents are unaware about this. The father is beating the child. Why you are not doing the good result in the examination? So you have to clarify that the particular that part may not be developed. Acalculia is there, dyslexia is there. Whatever you will be giving very good tuition, you are giving money, you are giving time, but the student will not do better because part is not formed. So it is the developmental defect. So that is the clarification you require. You should listen. You should also ventilate. Whatever part is important, you should listen and should take note of. Whatever part patient will tell very much, very many things, but you have to ventilate. लेकिन पेशेंट बोल रहा है आप नहीं सुन रहे, ऐसे नहीं है. पेशेंट जो भी बोल रहा है, यू अपियर दैट आप सब सुन रहे हो, लेकिन ओनली उसी चीज में ध्यान दे रहे हो जो आपका लगे, बट पेशेंट समझे कि आप सारे चीज सुन रहे हो. समटाइम्स वी हैव टू ओनली टू ए लिमिटेड एक्सटेंट. आप इतना दिखा रहे, मैं प्रिंसिपल हूं, मैं कलकत्ता होम्योपैथिक कॉलेज का प्रिंसिपल हूं, क्या आप बोल रहे हैं तब से मेरा टाइम का सवाल. तो यू आर नॉट मेकिंग द बॉन्डेज with the patient. Doctor-patient relationship is not going to be made here. So it is not good, but sometimes your self-revelation may appear, because you are talking very friendly, and if the patient is thinking the doctor is my friend and patient is just giving you a hand on your shoulder, that is not. You are a doctor. You have your own self esteem. So self revelation is required in very much cases. You have to reassure मैं हूं ना. This is a very important thing. You have to touch the patient whenever required, but you have to diagnose. You have to diagnose the patient in his society. You should give good advice. You should make a good rapport. The way you talk with the patient while taking a history lays the foundation for a good cure. ऐसे बात आपने कह दिया कि पेशेंट जानते हैं कि he or she is in incurable state, or the patient, the disease itself is, you have no answer to that disease, not in your pathy, even in other pathy, but the patient feel that इसी डॉक्टर का पास ही मैं अगर मरूंगा तो इसी डॉक्टर का पास बनूंगा. So this type of rapport you should make through your exhaustive case taking. And the onset symptom which is observed as behavior in the clinic is very important. Something patient is speaking his lip, something patient is doing like this, sometimes patient is very much defending type of attitude. So this type of body language, even the patient is very much casual, whatever, अरे डॉक्टर साहब जो भी बोल रहा है इसका पास मेरा कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. So this type of attitude also you may note of कि पेशेंट्स का कैसा पहले से ही एप्रीहेंसिव है क्या, पहले से ही डिफेंसिव है क्या, पहले से ही पेशेंट्स का एटीट्यूड जो बोलता है वो तो पेशेंट्स अपने से नहीं बोलेगा कि डॉक्टर साहब मैं आई एम वेरी माइजर, आई एम वेरी सेल्फिश, आई एम वेरी एग्रेसिव. पेशेंट कांट से यू. सो अनसेट सिम्टम व्हिच इज ऑब्जर्व्ड, जितने आप बातें करते जाएंगे, जितना केस टेकिंग विल बी progressing, exhaustive case taking, the patient will be telling, and patient is going to be exhausted, then you can get the original pictures of the patient is in society. Paucity of symptom may be symptom in itself. In any disease में कहीं पे कोई symptom नहीं है, one sided disease type का है, paucity of symptoms है, it may be a clue. Paucity of symptoms, it may be that there is no indication, so disease is not curable state, it is in incurable state, or otherwise the your bondage is, so patient is not talking to you. So it is your tact, it is your quality, that is the quality. You can snatch out all the important part of the life, and the accessory circumstances, these are the most important part. These accessory circumstances are very common word in the circumstantial evidence in the forensic service. So whatever judgment made by the police officer or by the judges on the basis of the circumstantial evidences by the police, so these circumstances in your life, whatever from the childhood to the adulthood or till the disease state, whatever is going on in peripasso in the society, that's you should be take care of whenever the patient has been suffering from chronic disease. Nowadays it is more easy. Previously we told only chronic disease, but nowadays the chronic disease itself, the most of the chronic disease nowadays termed as lifestyle disorders. Nowadays diabetes mellitus, even the gout, hyperuricemia, hypertension, all these diseases come under the lifestyle disorder. So if we just classify all the lifestyle disorders, you can see the most common chronic diseases nowadays under lifestyle disorders. So these indicates that we have to make any modification in the lifestyle. So going through these circumstances of the life of that person, you can modify their lifestyle. And whenever you will modify, and with your constitutional treatment, then the patient will be going to the recovery stage, going to the cure. There are very many processes of changing lifestyle in the socio-economical status. Your lifestyle has been changed. We are very fast going to the very fast major behavioral changes in lifestyle, powerful influence of media. Whatever media is telling, we are doing that. Decreased concern about moral values. We have our moral values are too much decreased. I can refer here. I have no slide here. The slide is not here, but I can remember the slide of aphorism 17 footnote and 18, 17 footnote 18, the moral remedy, where the medicine is required in most of the cases, in very many cases, even the physical disease like peptic ulcer syndrome, like irritable bowel syndrome, whatever the disease is a very big name, बड़ा बड़ा disease होता है. डॉक्टर साहब मेरा irritable IBS हुआ है, डॉक्टर साहब मेरा पेप्टिक अल्सर है, कैंसर तो नहीं होगा. All these diseases may be in very many cases only require a good counseling, and that counseling start with our very exhaustive case taking. Medicine may not be required in many chronic cases. So you have to understand what the situation is going on, particularly in that patient's life, because modernization has adversely affected close community ties, which used to provide opportunities to share sorrow, and happiness and to alleviate stress. These are very important. So doctor's role nowadays, again, I can feel lucky enough that I am being the homeopathic physician. Till date, I am considered as a good family physician. All of us homeopaths are considered as a good family physician. And now, if you go through America, USA, or UK states, the family medicine concept is now again they are thinking of, even not thinking, it is in the university, even our West Bengal Health University, the family medicine courses are there, just to bring back all those physicians who have very good communication with the family. So just to modify their lifestyles, these are very important part. So you have to make your primary healthcare system a very good one, a very good strong one. Only making the tertiary levels hospitals, the very super specialization hospitals are of no value if your primary level healthcare, just the community relationship with the patient is not good. So the concept of family physician is again in the process, and we can feel superior that our homeopathic system never ignored this part, the case taking part, which can make the good bondage with the patient. So we should emphasize on the anamnesis in homeopathy. The literal meaning of anamnesis, the medical past history. But in homeopathy, I should say that anamnesis means the chronic events, the evolution of the disease, the life space concept of the Dr. Dhaule's group, the life space concept. What happened? What was the past? Encapsulated past, as per Dr. Khan, very famous word is the encapsulated past, I can remember. So these type of events, these type of things, we can, whatever छुपा क्या है, disease का पीछे क्या है, these are very important. What is in the nature versus nurture? How you have nurtured in the nature, you have to know this. So for the status of the nurtured, you have to know the society, you have to know the past. And we can remember the famous quotation of the Louis Pasteur: "The microbe is nothing, the terrain is everything." It is his idea at the bedside. It is his uh, who who is the inventor of everything, who is the inventor of these bacteria. This is the concept of this materialistic concept. He is telling the microbe is nothing, the terrain is everything. So mitti, the soil, is everything. And we can feel superior because we can feel these mitti, this soil, by the miasmatic dyscrasis, by the individualistic attitude, by the man in the society, by the physical general symptoms. Within the physical general symptoms, the mind symptoms, the sexual symptoms. After the mind, the sexual symptoms are very closely related to mental symptoms. These are basic instincts. And with the common symptoms, with the particular modalities, by giving these importance, we can reach to the man. We can identify the man in the society. So we can identify the terrain. We can identify the soil of the patient, that whether the same disease, same thing, diabetes mellitus, whether the diabetes mellitus will reach to the complication stage of very diabetic coma type, or the diabetes mellitus will remain to type 2 diabetes mellitus within 200, we can predict. Nowadays, it is not the prediction, it is the genomic study. Through the genomic study, we can also, it is our proud privilege that we are thinking that at the Calcutta Homeopathic Medical College Hospital, in collaboration with the Genetic Institute, we have already submitted the proposal to the concerned authority, just to make this genomic concept of the miasmatic concept, the soric genomics, sora genomics, syphilitic genomics, psychotic genomics. So just to know the tendencies, and just to reflect our miasmatic concept in the light of science. It is not that we are inventing nothing new about the miasmatic concept, but whenever we are talking about miasm to the scientific community, they tell it is 200 years back. What are we talking about miasm? What is the miasm? And the miasmatic concept also itself, in one book, it can be said as bacteria. It can be in another book, it can be said as dyscrasia. So there are very many concepts of miasmatic understanding, miasmatic interpretation, very many differences. There are a lot of debate with the miasm. But if we can identify the soric predominant trait, the psychotic predominant trait, the syphilitic predominant trait through the genomic study, then it will be a very scientific one. And the epigenetic network that extends to level beyond genes. It is not that everything is gene and genetic thing is very much constant. All the genetic things can be changed, can be modified, can be influenced, not changed, the modified or influenced by the environment. So these are the things. Just going through the case taking, Well, the attitude of the patient, the very grief type of attitude with the simulating like Ignatia. The same grief is there, but with the staphysagria, with the physical, the proud feeling of staphysagria. The anything I will not, the suppressive feeling of staphysagria with the exhibitionism, it is in the form of just everything. I never told that you have to show your knees, but this with the physical concomitant as one mole as staphysagria. You know the staphysagria psychosis and syphilitic component are there. So sensitive teeth are there, the moles are there with the exhibition. The same thing, another thing you can see, it is also in staphysagria with the ignatia in one eye and staphysagria in another eye, like that. That the you can remember the Peter Smith art of case taking. That is the गुस्सा एक आंखों में है और एक में दुख है, जो ignatia or staphysagria. So different thing. So this type of attitude, the dynamic pathology, whatever may be the disease, you first diagnose the disease as a clinical medicine. We are a man of medicine, not only myself, everyone. You have to know clinical medicine, we have to diagnose. But for making your prescription, we should be a very good one of thinking of our organ of medicine and a good case taking. Like our keen physical observation, you know the serrated teeth. It is very common to congenital syphilis, but it is also applicable to the metromedica like medrhinum, bacillinum, lachesis, plumbum, syphilinum, tuberculum. All these you can see the serrated teeth, and all these serrated teeth will be very sensitive to the cold, which is indicating the syphilitic miasm predominating. That is the shiny noses of phosphorus. You know the phosphorus. I will come back to the phosphorus. Hairy back of tuberculum, yellow teeth of Lycopodium thuja bacillum. Yellow teeth is very common whenever in the old age, whenever we are in childhood, even our before that childhood, it is very common to take the tetracycline in very many doses, and just by taking the tetracycline, there is yellow stain in the teeth. But it is not common to all. But to the tubercular background with the syphilitic predominance, this yellow teeth is very common, and you can see it in very many applied mathematica parts also. Apart from tuberculum, apart from syphilinum, you can see it on also on Lycopodium thuja bacillum. And then I can assure you that in every aspect of this Lycopodium thuja bacillum or syphilinum, the predominant syphilitic part is here. Large leaves like bacillinum, like if we see the pouty leaves is very much common of the syphilitic predominance. Small jaw of Callioid, warts on eyebrows. These are the keen physical of whatever patient is talking or not talking. Your observation should be there with the thinking, or you are searching the soil, searching the terrain. You are just searching the miasmatic dyscrasias. Just you are observing the central furrow in the tongue. The same patient is showing, whenever he is showing the central perforation, the same patient is showing you something is growth, and which this growth is like your psychosyphilitic growth. Psychosyphilitic, it is just mathematics. 2 plus 2, 4. Whenever one patient is observing, is showing you any growth in the anorectal areas or in mucocutaneous junctions, the same patient obviously will show you the tongue like syphilitic tongue. These are, I'm just showing you one example, but you just apply it in your practice. Whenever it is in the mucocutaneous junctions, any growth, and the growth is of psychosyphilitic growth, the patient will show you the tongue of syphilitic tongue. The very, you can see this one, the mucocutaneous junction, and you can see the fortune. I will refer all the students, many students are here, I will refer to go through the Roberts philosophy book for all the miasmatic presentation of the psoriasis syphilis psychosis. And you can see the fortune, the criminal attitude, the fortune. It is a very common in the psychotic attitude, and you can see this is a typical psychotic attitude with the mucocutaneous junctions. So what is the very good bondage of clinical medicine with Metria Medica? Even the anacardium, there are very many symptoms of anacardium. Most of the students remember anacardium as forgetfulness, sudden forgetfulness. But anacardium also is very good drug for duodenal ulcer, peptic ulcer disease. In Lipi's Metria Medica, you can find both the patients get relief after food, again aggravating after food. Both the symptoms are there. So it indicates that anacardium can be applied to duodenal ulcer, can be also gastric ulcer. So better we can say right now it is that peptic ulcer syndrome, because you know the peptic ulcer syndrome is the combination. It is not clearly, you can't say it is duodenal ulcer, clearly you can't say it is acute gastric chronic gastric ulcer. So in between those, whenever you are in confused that what to diagnose, the peptic ulcer syndrome. So anacardium is very good drug. But what I am telling here with the neurosyphilis, because there are mental symptoms of anacardium, that I am under superior power, I am something very, I can hear the sound from the graveyards, कहीं से एकदम वो ऊपर में जो चले गए हैं वहां से आवाज आ रहा है, हमको बुला रहा है, कोई बुला रहा है, ऐसे these are the all symptoms of anacardium which are very common in the neurosyphilis GPI, general paralysis of insect. You can remember the Tevis dorsalis and the GPI. If we go through the common symptoms of the GPI, general paralysis of insect, whatever the symptoms, all those reflections is found in anacardium. So you see the beauty of homeopathy, that anacardium, I am not talking that in neurosyphilis GPI, you will prescribe anacardium, but I am talking that anacardium can produce all those symptoms. The sphere of action is on the brain also, and the sphere of action is that the symptoms can be produced by the GPI. The same symptomatology or similar type of symptomatology can be produced by anacardium. So if you get this type of symptom giving you the similar type of symptoms, and if you find the forgetfulness, or if you find the anacardium like personality, you can think of anacardium. It is not that to all GPI you should give anacardium. Like aconite, the most of the symptoms of aconite, it is related to anxiety neurosis. You just go through the anxiety neurosis and see all the symptoms. Most of the symptoms look like aconite napellus, but you never give aconitum patient if he are not giving some characteristic symptoms of aconite, some very like the thirst, the unquenchable thirst, the disease is the countenance is expressive of fear. These type of very good constitutional features are of aconite, like the hurriedness, even the cardiac asthma. Cardiac asthma, why I have mentioned here cardiac asthma, bronchial asthma. There are very much difference with the bronchial asthma and cardiac asthma. So cardiac asthma related to left ventricular failure. Left ventricular failure patient, whenever left ventricular failure patient will lie in the bed, and due to pulmonary edema, again he will just after half to 1 hour or 1.5 hours, he has to jump from the bed because he will develop shortness of breath. So this type of cardiac asthma is very much common. And whenever patient will be lying down, there will be aggravation. So it is common in arsenic album 12 to 2 a.m. or p.m. aggravation. So these are the disease aggravation. These are the disease aggravation of any type of pulmonary edema, which is also in cardiac asthma, pulmonary edema. So never think arsenic, whenever you will be getting 12 to 2 a.m. or p.m. aggravation and you are giving arsenic, that may be only pathological prescription. We have to see, we have to observe that whether the bechani of arsenic, the restlessness of the arsenic, the burning concept of arsenic, or even the despair, कुछ भी नहीं होगा, वो डॉक्टर को बुला के क्या होगा, मेरा ये बीमारी ठीक होने का नहीं है. This type of attitude, these are the typical characteristic features of arsenic. Please only don't impress by the arsenic 12 to 2 a.m. or p.m. aggravation. That may be the disease pathology aggravation. But you give arsenic to the cardiac asthma patient. You give arsenic to the left ventricular failure patient. If the patient is of arsenic, that should be our concept. A patient having pulsatilla type of shy, not expressive, nothing expressive of restlessness, nothing expressive of anxiety, you can't think of prescribe that patient to of cardiac asthma in that case. Ipecac. Ipecac, it is very much used in rattling chest of the infant. It is very common Ipecac prescription from the homeopath. But ever you can't you think that nausea is there, so much nausea, gastric disturbances are there, malaria is in the Ipecac, but why tongue is clean? Why tongue is, if you go to the proving symptoms, you can see whenever Ipecac is producing you the symptoms of the shortness of breath, of the asthma-like symptoms, in all those cases, the tongues are clean. That is not related to gastric disturbances, not nausea. So Ipecac can be a very good drug of left ventricular failure. That's why it is frothy. It is not frothy like other. So Ipecac is both. It is good for rattling chest of infant. It can be also with the clean tongue in case of cardiac asthma of the aged. So Ipecac, these type of proving symptomatology we can think of arsenic in left ventricular failure. It is very common, but we can also think of Ipecac in left ventricular failure with the clean tongue. So we should lachesis. What we say that whenever it is we cannot swallow anything, but the solid food we can swallow, but the liquid cannot be. So it is very common to pseudobulbar palsy. So the symptoms of the pseudobulbar palsy with the lachesis, the snake's poison, that can be produced from the snake poison, this symptom. So never think that in any pseudobulbar palsy you will do miracle by giving lachesis, but lachesis can produce this, and if you get the indications, your lachesis can do miracle in pseudobulbar palsy. This type of thinking we should have. Bradycardia, old slow pulse of old age. These are very common to gelsemium. The slow pulse of old age, but it is written that of old age, slow pulse of not young. It is found the slow pulse in young age. We know, I can remember the PT Usha pulse rate is 42. Carl Lewis pulse rate is 27. That's why they become the sprinter. Ben Johnson only 34. These are the slow pulse from the young age. That is, gelsemium is not indicated there. But with the age or the slow pulse of old age also, as because gelsemium is the king of the polio and gelsemium has got very affinity to the sphere of action. So any type of paralysis, any type of palsy from other part can cause bradycardia. Gelsemium is indicating so that. Anemia to natrum mur. If we go through the symptoms of the natrum mur, fluttering sensation of the heart in the whole body, that will indicate your iron deficiency anemia due to hyperdynamic circulatory state. So you can't think natrum mur if the natrum mur patient, like natrum mur patient, is easily impressed by others, desire for salt, aversion or intolerance to milk, and sun intolerance. All the things are very touchy. Chronic mental patients, chronic mental affections, one after another. Chronic. That's why migraine is very much common to natrum mur patient. And also the bad effect of quinine. It's the intermittent fever. Also the hay fever. Right now the allergic fever. All these are natrum mur with the tubercular touch in the natrum, the soric, pseudosoric touch with the natrum mur. Also the syphilitic part is there in natrum mur. But you can see the natrum mur can produce the symptoms of like anemia. Even the hypersulfur, benign enlargement of prostate. We think of hypersulfur in case of cough. We think of hypersulfur in case of any ulceration or anything other. But hypersulfur, one symptom is there in urine, that is the urine drops vertically. Urine drops vertically. It is a very common symptom of benign enlargement of prostate. And we can think of BEP or benign hypertrophy of prostate, the hypersulfur, if the patient is of chili character, if the typical odor of the hypersulfur is there. So you have to think of hypersulfur. Even hypersulfur 6 is very good drug, very even better than conium in CA larynx. In CA larynx, I have gone through one paper, very good paper on carcinoma, that hypersulfur 6 in collaboration with the modern medicine with the cancer patient, and they got wonderful result from hypersulfur low potency, even more than conium. Conium mac is also very good drug for the cough whenever lying down. But CLRing is the very symptomatology. I can't say it is very specific, but I have gone through one paper where hypersulfur in low potency is a very good drug, effective drug for the CLRing. And the aggravation is on lying down and amyloidation by taking anything hot, very chilly patient with the indications of hypersulfur. So these are the tuberculosis, phosphorus. You think of phosphorus, you think of TB. Tuberculosis, the changeability is the philosophy of the tuberculosis. It can be seen anywhere. It can be seen skin. It can be seen in lungs. Primary area is lung, both the lungs. It can be seen in brain. It can be seen anywhere. It not in the brain, especially in the gut, and especially in the chest, especially in the skin. And tuberculosis patients are very much good, very jovial one, very good one. And you know the phosphorus, the diffusing capacity, the diffuse capacity. If you just put one drop of ink to a glass of milk, the white milk can become blue. So this is the phosphorus personality can be a very good one. सबका साथ उसका चलता है, सबका साथ. They will be a very good political person also. But with the typical tubercular, very there nothing cytotic predominance is there in phosphorus. Everything is very tiny. Everything is very soft, very delicate one. So these are the phosphorus. You know, learning disability. If you go through the repertory, if you go through the Mathematica book, you see the mistakes, omits, letters. It is, you can see the learning disability. These are the new concept. It is not new concept in Maharashtra. Maharashtra since long it is Tare Jamin Par, Amir Khan ka cinema. These are very common because all those things are very common in Maharashtra with the autistic babies. But right now it is in India. It is very alarming one all over India, not only in Maharashtra. So first of all, I can remember that Maharashtra Council first of all recognize these disability. This is the learning disability, autistic disability, autism spectrum disorders, everything, all the things. These are the first identified by the Maharashtra. government. Even the universities, they gave the special writer to the learning disability patient. So in our mathematics also, we have the proving symptomatology. You just go through the Costicum and you see the rubrics, you see the symptomatology. Even I can remember the calculia curve. Calculia curve, acalculia cannot calculate anything. It is very common to syphilitic predominant miasm. We think of syphilitum, we think of mercury, everything okay. But you don't think Costicum as a pure only soric predominant drug. Definitely, Costicum has also mixed miasmatic state. And this omit, this mistaking part may be of soric predominance because we know the Sora is the mother of all everything, the fundamentals of the all miasm. Even the Parkinsonism of the Mercurius. The last line you can remember of the Allen's keynote, the paralysis agitans of the Mercurius. So it can be applicable to Parkinsonism. So Mercurius has got its depth to develop the symptoms of the Parkinsonism. All the things, the walking, the typical walking pattern of the Parkinsonism, the everything, the kinetic slowness, everything there is slowness. Even in the speech, everything is in the Mercurius. So our medicine has got its own depth. But if you think of Parkinsonism and think of mercury without the tongue of mercury, the typical flabby tongue and the salivation, you can't think of Parkinsonism. In case of attention deficit hyperactive disorder, Drosera, right now we are thinking even it is applicable to very many things with very good result because basically Drosera is tubercular drug. It's a very good drug, tubercular. Even it is for whooping cough with the and with the tubercular laryngitis, tubercular laryngeal thysis. The Drosera is very good drug like tuberculum, calcarea carb. But all these drugs, Drosera, tuberculum, calcarea carb, are very much hyperactive. And having the tarantula, also very hyperactive. These are the drugs also can be applied to attention deficit hyperactive disorders because these attention deficit hyperactive disorders predominantly they are tubercular and whatever they have not reasoning, they have not acalculia, they have the dyslexia. These are the syphilitic component. In another part of autism spectrum disorders, you can see the predominant psychotic part is also there. Whatever maybe. There's a different session we will go through. The stroke, all the euphoria concept, the stroke in the the stroke. Previously, it was called cerebrovascular accident, the cerebral thrombosis, cerebral hemorrhage, cerebral infarction. Within the clinical medicine, there are little difference. Even the cerebral thrombosis and the cerebral infarction, specifically if the infarction is in the lacunar infarctions, these are very much the patient can slang. The very good patient, the same type of patient can the abusive, very much abusive, become very much abusive because there are lesion in the so there are different cerebral hemorrhage and cerebral thrombosis and the cerebral infarction. There are clinical manifestations also differ to differentiate diagnosis. Also, the euphoria is very much common. Whenever you ask anything, he will say, I am nothing. If he is in the conscious state, he said, I am well. So these are the very common findings in any stroke syndrome, which is found in Arnica. So we can apply Arnica in all those places, but provided having the good syphilitic predominance, Arnica-like symptomatology is there. Even the bryonia, if you go through very good book of bryonia, you can find the bryonia very clear cut. It is not like calibicromicum clear cut ulcer, that is different. But white spot, that white spot may be differentiated diagnosis with pityriasis versicolor, pityriasis manifestation, even with the leukoderma vitiligo. So bryonia can be thought of because bryonia can produce this type of round spot in child. It may be usually we say, अरे इसको worm manifestation है. He said, अरे इसका कुछ नहीं है, यहाँ पे अच्छा सा शैम्पू लगा लो ठीक हो जाएगा. These are the pityriasis infections. But whatever the pityriasis, whatever may be the worm manifestation, whatever may be the very common man people say, layman say, liver spot, these things. But bryonia has got its affinity on the liver. Bryonia has got its affinity on the stomach. Bryonia has got its affinity on the skin. Bryonia has got its affinity on the brain. So bryonia can produce a round spot here. And if you think the patient is a bryonia, you can apply it. Whether it is vitiligo, whether it is pityriasis, it will cure. So this type is what see everything in the IBS. Never satisfied with anything. The Nagzubika type of character, never satisfied. Even this character can go to upwards, but very go up because they are never satisfied. So you can see on the IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. So as a physician, our approach, what is his or her dissatisfaction? From where this dissatisfaction from the environment, from the society, or is inner inner friction is going on. If it is in inner friction, your constitutional medicine will work. If it is in the maintaining cause form, if it is in the environment, then just try to manage all those environment. Just the maintaining cause should be disappeared, and the disease also will disappear. Irritable bowel symptom, the anxiety, depression, somatization, the concept. Nowadays, the concept is called somatoform disorders. Whenever we know that 210 to 230 mental disease, mind disease, we are the first one, that is the physical symptom disappear, mental symptom coming, like that. So these are the somatoform disorders. It is not new thing to homeopath. It is the new thing in clinical medicine Davidson's book since last 5 to 6 years, in the form of somatoform disorders. There are separate chapters somatoform disorders. So whenever anything, it may be in the migraine type, it may be in the peptic ulcer type. So somatization, these irritable bowel syndrome also, these irritable bowel, and the most of the irritable bowel symptom has the concept that I may have cancer in the colon cancer I may have. This is the concept, and this is the typical psoric thinking, typical psoric apprehension, typical psoric anxiety. Also adding with carbonitrogenate constitution, something I have, apprehensive type, argentum metallicum type, psychotic co-type, this type, when sora and psychosis also predominant, something fixed idea, the fixed idea may be of syphilitic, maybe of psychotic, both, like self-traumatism, like self-condemnation, both in syphilis, both in psychosis. So whatever autoimmune disorders, whenever there is destruction, that may be syphilitic, may be psychotic. Not only you cannot stamp it with psychotic one. So this type of concept we should develop. And this is the IBD. Purely, if you compare the IBS with IBD, we know it is from clinical medicine point of view. What is irritable bowel syndrome? What is irritable bowel disease? But if you see it from dynamic pathology or from with our miasmatic conception, you can see that mostly predominant psychotic patients are of irritable bowel disease. Mostly are irritable bowel disease with the Crohn's disease like that. The symptom you may get, that is alternate bowel habit change. Dr. Khan, may I have another 10 minutes time?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So
Continue.
alternate or change bowel habit. Alternate bowel habit. Suddenly patient having constipation develop diarrhea. So that alternate change bowel habit, you should not think it is very casual method, because it may be due to IBS, it may be due to malabsorption syndrome, it may be due to intestinal tuberculosis, and whenever you will touch the intestinal tuberculosis patient's abdomen, there will be doughy feeling. Whenever malabsorption syndrome, patient will telling, Dr. Sir, जो भी खाना खाते हैं वो एकदम निकल जाता है in the same form. Whatever I am taking is the same form. So this is also indication of China malabsorption syndrome, and it may be in the irritable bowel syndrome. कुछ भी पचता नहीं डॉक्टर साहब. हाँ, so ऐसे कभी भी डायरिया होता है, कभी भी कंस्टिपेशन होता है. But it is similarly the chronic diarrhea may be the indications of acquired immunodeficiency syndrome AIDS also. It may be due to anxiety neurosis. I have seen so many patients that during any interviews like argentum nitricum, you know better, the homeopathic students, the argentum nitricum patient, before any going to church or before going to any examination, anything, it is written in Mathematica going to church, but it is going to examination also, or going to any important part, there is something feeling in gut. So anxiety neurosis is related to this diarrhea and constipation. Crohn's disease, acute chronic amoebiasis, is very common in West Bengal, in India, but it is pandemic in West Bengal area. That is whatever patient you will ask, if you are from Maharashtra, if you are outside of Calcutta, every patient you will think of Naxxomica. All patient will tell you that ineffectual urging is there, not satisfied after stool. This is a very common thing in Bengali. And the Bengal's people, they're very high intellectual people. They concentrate on only learning, and going through all the critical discussion, everything, but they never give time to the health, never give time to the very good healthy diet. They're not concerned about the diet, they're not concerned about the exercise of the body, they are only concerned about the intellectual activity. So they are very prone to develop this type of amoebiasis, and it is endemic here, it is endemic here as due to water, because Entamoeba histolytica, not in trophozoite form, cystic form, if you just 10 patients, if you examine, then out of 10, 5 to 6 patients, you will get Entamoeba histolytica here. So this type of amoebiasis symptom, amoebic typhlitis symptoms, all can do this alternate bowel habit. Another one is I'm talking about rheumatoid or the autoimmune disorders, the seronegative spondyloarthropathy. There are so many diseases in seronegative arthropathy, from ankylosing spondylitis to reactive arthropathy like Behcet syndrome, psoriatic arthropathy, arthritis with ulcerative colitis, arthropathy with Crohn's disease, even with chronic low heel pain. Patient is giving you chronic heel pain only, pain in the tendo, and you are thinking of it is maybe arthritis, but it may be the first indications of any autoimmune disorders. Even you will be astonished. These are the all extra-articular manifestation. There is nothing in the joint pain, but only red eye presentation, only aphthous ulcer presentation, only cervicitis, urethritis. These are the presentations with the seronegative spondyloarthropathy. So whenever we cannot diagnose it as rheumatoid arthritis, even the RA factor is negative, even the our anti-CCP is negative, but the patient is giving you the symptomatology of the arthritic symptom with systemic manifestations, we can think of SSA, seronegative spondyloarthropathy. Even in case of cervical spondylosis and lumbar spondylosis, our thinking that the vertebral spine is the cervical and lumbar sacral region are to be considered as main portion, making human being in upright position, maintaining of his balance. Whenever we are traumatized by any stress or grief or anything in any trauma, these important emotional positive factors, the patient balance is going to be lost. So we are our vertigo or really real feeling is going on. So somatically, the influence of the emotional conflict representing complaints of the above observed area, that is the spinal column. So the functional level gradually go towards physical aspect. That is the somatoform disorder. So ultimately, from the physical level to the dynamic psychosomatic pathology, this is the man in health to the man in disease with the multiple factors. These are the thinking, and we know that is from organ medicine. These are the points we should take care of to know the accessory circumstances, to know the man in his society, to know, identify the multiple factors from the man in health to man in disease. And if we just consult Robert, you know the psychosis is the forerunner of carcinomatous condition. Any disease from bride, nowadays it is Bright's disease and nephritis or chronic renal disease, I can say. So psychosis is the very forerunner of any carcinomatous condition. Psychotic trend develops worse form of degeneracy, and it is maybe in the pelvic inflammatory disease they have got their specific action. That's why medullum is very much affected to the PID on female. Psychosis, like the syphilitic stigma, has the mark of self condemnation, that is called autoimmunity. अपने आप को खो जाता है, अपने आप का सब्सटेंस को नहीं समझता है कि वो मेरा अपना है, अपना बॉडी का, उसके अगेंस्ट में एंटीबॉडी बना देता है, जो अपना एंटीजन है ही नहीं वो एंटीबॉडी बन जाता है. एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी इम्यून कॉम्प्लेक्स होता है, दैट डिपोजिटेड इन द हार्ट, दैट बिकम्स rheumatic carditis, that deposited in the joints, that cause rheumatoid arthritis. So different, even the SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus. So you can identify the patient from the beginning. The looking of the syphilis, you can, it is a very, it is not of mine, it is from Roberts philosophy of syphilis. I should refer all the students to go through the Roberts. It is better to go very simple English. Only the Sora syphilis psychosis part is a very worth of reading. And I should also refer to you to go through the Stuart-Close pathology and surgery and homeopathy pathology and homeopathy part. Psychosis coupled with SORA is the basis of most criminal insanity and of most suicides. Psychosis never gives a true ulcer. The psychotic manifestations are more overgrowth of tissue than destructive of tissue. And just see the last one of this Robert's philosophy. Arthritic troubles of the eye. I was talking about the redness of the eye. So redness of the eye may be the manifestation of the arthritis. It may be the seronegative spondyloarthropathy. It may be the seronegative rheumatoid arthritis. It may be within the rheumatoid arthritis. Within the rheumatoid arthritis, there are 2 or 3 varieties. Pelti's syndrome, you know, the Still's disease. Even right now, adult Still's disease is growing on with the salmon colored rash, with the double rise of temperature. These are all now coming in adult Still's disease. For the globalization, nowadays, no disease is confined to only one country. It is now common to whole country. So even homeopathy is so-called surgical diseases. You can see in very many surgical disease, from anal fistula, intestinal obstruction, the PCOD, polycystic ovarian disease, uterine fibroid, the fissures, anal, all the surgical disease. But all those surgical disease, it is so-called surgical disease. You should refer it to the surgeon for the surgery. But before diagnosis, you have to diagnose that this is the pure surgical disease. Pain abdomen may be due to acute appendicitis. Pain abdomen may be due to warm colic. Pain abdomen may be due to cholecystitis. So we have to know the surgery disease for the diagnosis. For referring the patient, we should also know. And not only for referring to the surgeon, we should know these so-called surgical disease to know the patient dyscrasia, patient having fistula. So you are well aware that the patient having tubercular background, because without tubercular background, fistula never occur. I should refer Barnett consumption and fistula. I should refer the small books. Again, the fissure, the typical fissure with the burning pain fissure, you will see the typical syphilitic tongue, the central furrow of the tongue, which will indicate the predominant syphilitic. The patient having given you the prolapse of uterus, you know the first degree prolapse, second degree prolapse, the complete prolapse, procedencia, third degree, fourth degree prolapse. This type of prolapse, if it is very common, if it is very psychotic persons, very lax personality, this is very common to medullary due to cervical for which operation is needed. You know the Shirodkar and McDonald operation is required where cervical incompetence is there. But if it is again in like plumbum net, the area is very small for the fetus. It is the different. It is in scanty. It is in the form of sorry. It is in the form of sorry. So your surgical disease also give you a clue that what type of patient, what type of prolapse that is. Is it the prolapse of sepia which is transferred from natrum mute to sepia due to the chronic mental irritation? The patient become apathetic to and aversion to sex, and as because there is no sex, so there is uterus is going out like sepia. This type of psychodynamic pathology, the dynamic pathology you should be thought of whenever you are going through the Metria Medica. The same patient, the natrum mute sepia patient, may give you the idea, and the idea of different in some other, even from appendicitis, even from the tubovarian mass, the blue colored, you know the Cullen sign, the blue color is the typical blue color is the color of syphilis. So breech presentation should not be there. I am not talking about the obstetrical breech presentation with the footling or this presentation of breech. I am talking that whatever the surgical condition concept we have the breech presentation concept in our mind about the surgical condition. Just concentrate on the surgical concept also, because these surgical patient, when you should refer to surgeon, but after curing the surgical disease, you are now able to grasp the soil of the patient and the miasmatic dysplasia of the patient. So last of all, I should discuss only 2 or 3 medicines, because to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. You know, hilly area, एक ड्राइवर और एक ड्राइवर को हर टाइम ग्रीट करता है, पूछता है कि ऊपर में सब ठीक है ना. So it is very we are fortunate enough that we have gone through very many stalwarts. So tuberculum aviar, I have seen, I have used it. It's a very good one. Whenever you are thinking of giving tuberculum, it is my experience, whatever I have gathered from Dr. Juardar, from very senior professor. Just he has also one book out design of organon of medicine. I have seen in its OPD that the tuberculum, and I have used it, that you are thinking of giving tuberculum, the patient's general condition is not permitting you to give tuberculum, you can think of tuberculum aviare. Aviare can be, it is available in the market by the very good companies, and aviare is very useful for influenza and its sequelae. Even it is for influenza, it is very much used. Aconitum ferox, it is very good drug for any cane stroke or chain stroke breathing, especially of uremic coma or any type of diabetic coma. It is not Aconitum napellus, it is Aconitum ferox. Aspidosperma nowadays, it is I am concentrating here only 4 or 5 drugs due to related to now pandemic situation. Aspidosperma nowadays, it is called that is a very good drug which can produce oxygen, but it is very good drug for left ventricular failure. It is very good drug for COPD. Any type of shortness of breath, Aspidosperma may be thought of. It is better than Blata orientalis right now, I can say, because the Blata orientalis condition is very much effective in the dull, damp, marshy district like arsenic. And I can remember our Dr. S.K. Dubey, our Professor Dr. Khan can also remember Dr. S.K. Dubey. I was not direct student of Dr. S.K. Dubey. In the seminars, I met her, and he told me about this Aspidosperma and the Blata orientalis and arsenic. Also, he told another one drug, Centuris contortrix. Causticum. Causticum is very good drug for everything, but we should know it that about the, I should remember that of learning disability. It is very much important of causticum, right-sided remedy with left-sided side, this drug, Centuris contortrix. Arsenic plus lachesis in respiratory disorders, dreams of rape of sexual relationship. These in 6 potency, Dr. Dubey advised me, and I applied it in very many cases. It's a very good drug. Whenever you are confused about the arsenic and Blata, or you are not getting result with giving arsenic and Blata, and patient is in very distress, you can think of it is in 6 potency in thrice per day. It's a very good drug. Sina, Sina is very abused drug for the any type of worms, but it is very good drug for coughs and coughs after influenza. It's very important drug. It's a very dry hacking cough after influenza. Sina is a very important drug. Drosera, tuberculum like paste, the very fast. So it is used in ADHD, restless, Graves' meat. So we should not confine our prescription Drosera in only whooping cough, because I have cured at Mahesh Bhattacharya College more than 15 years ago that one case of pyrexia of unknown origin with Drosera. She was admitted in the IPD more than 15 days, and it was returned from our Vellore with the pyrexia PUO origin of Bihar Katihar patient, and we have cured it only with Drosera. So it is registered at our Mahesh Bhattacharya Hospital. Populus candicans, very good drug. Instant voice, it is like Wythia, it is very good drug. I used it in 6 potency, and instantaneous voice producer. I can see it is also within bracket coca. So we can think of this. It is. I am not talking about specific, but these are very small drugs and very small sphere of actions. Conclude here because the case studies we have no time. More than 100 cases we have: uterine fibroid, myoma, SOL, etc. In all, in any other seminar we should discuss it on. But our conception should be like that. I should skip P1. Sorry, I should.
Thank you. Thank you.
These are the few case studies where we can see all the with the ultrasonography before after the all the small myomas disappeared with the even the PCOD. These are institutes, Mahesh Bhattacharya, and also from Calcutta Homeopathic Medical College Hospital. Most of the cases, I must put here with just one. This is also I learned from this case. It is the SOL of urinary bladder, and the patient was under cancer. It was diagnosed as CA. Because right now as a homeopath we should know anything, any tumor or any growth in urinary or region that should be considered as carcinoma, cancer, and still she is alive. More than 12 years she is with the Thuja only. Also we have the all the documents, evidence based, all documents. Important feature: case of psoriasis. You can see, and all the basis of the indications, everything. He was the jewelry worker. Ultimately, we prescribed Thuja 34 days, and you can see the change. You can see the same. The totally psoriasis developed, but this is the latest one. But I should not take credit because I think I advised him, I refrained him, I advised him to refrain from jewelry works, and he was not exposed to jewelry works for 6 months. Whether my medicine Thuja work or the avoidance of the maintaining causes work, that I am in dilemma, but patient is cured now. So this was also a case, parotid gland tumor. It's also a Mahesh Bhattacharya College. You can see this is a totally cured. Even now she is married. 2019. These are the few cases. So I must, Dr. Khan, homeopath
Yes,
should
yes.
see opportunity in every difficulty.
Okay.
I must say, but not in every opportunity. Whenever any cure or whenever you will place any documentary evidence, the cases, this is the from our society. Is it happened in homeopathy? Is it possible? Homeopathy can cure? Is it COVID-19 by homeopathy? Oh my God, no. So homeopathy should see opportunity in every difficulty, but not difficulty in every opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Khan, and all the college authorities, principals.
Thank you. Please off the screen sharing. Please keep off this.
Definitely.
Thank you, Rajat, for your valuable lecture today. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Rajat. We have only one question. It is not the question, rather it is wishes came from Dr. Nityananda Theory, the senior most homeopath in Maharashtra, Professor Emeritus of Emal Navle College. He conveyed his wishes to you, Dr. Rajat, to the chat. Excellent integrated presentation, organon, mathematica, repertory. You can see this one from the chat box. Any other question? No other question yet, not yet come. Only Dr. Theory has conveyed his best wishes to you. Excellent lecture. Uh, we have a lot of dignitaries with us today. Dr. Tatra is also from principal of Dhanvantari Homeopathy Medical College joined. Dr. Ranu from Punjab joined. He listened for a few minutes. Dr. Ranu from Punjab is the former chairman of Council of Homeopathy Punjab joined with us. And so many people are Dr. Subhamoy Ghosh still with us. Dr. Join, please open your mic. Dr. Join, Bipin Join, please open your audio and video. Dr. Join, can you listen me, sir? Bipin Join, sir, can you listen me? Dr. Theory, will you speak something? Dr. Nityanand Theory, sir. Dr. Nityanand Theory, sir, open your audio and video. Every day he joined with us. Dr. Theory, sir, every day he joined with us. Sir, can you able to open your audio and video? Dr. Join, can you hear me? Dr. Bipin Join, sir. I think not connected. So many people, so many principals of different part of the country join with us. Dr. UK Verma from Patna. Our tomorrow's session is Dr. session, and that will be presented at 11 a.m. And I request all the speakers to send the mail to Dr. Karthik to enable him to present from their side. And I request them, I'll send the mail to all of you. I request Dr. Barbat sir. Dr. Barbat sir, can you hear me? Please open your mic. Barbat sir, demute.
Sir. Yes,
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 please. Vote of thanks. Vote of thanks for this session to Dr. Rajat and others. Dr. Barbat sir is the superintendent of this hospital.
Yes, sir.
One of the organizers. You please convey your best wishes. And Dr. Theory, can you say, sir? Can you say, Dr. Theory? Can you say, sir? Please open your.
Yeah.
Please open your video.
I opened.
Open. Okay. Please say something, sir.
Okay. Doctor has given a wonderful explanation for the importance of organon of medicine, which Hahnemann has given the principles, and how to study materia medica clinically and apply learning from the cases, different type of cases is done, materia medica knowledge, repertory knowledge, all this required for the physician to practice. So I think he's done his job very well, and let him continue the good work every day. Are you able to listen?
Yes, sir. We are listening him.
He done a wonderful job integrating homeopathic materia medica, rheumatry, organon, miasm, everything. So he should continue the same way and share his experience in the channel.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Part of every day is listening our lecture from Mumbai every day, sir. Thank you, sir, for coming with us every day. You are joining with us. Dr. Join, sir, please give some expert opinion because you are expert in this subject. Your subject is materia medica, and you are our guest. So please say a few words on the lecture of Dr. Rajat, sir. Dr. Join, sir, please say. Sir.
Dr. Khan, Dr. Jain is there. You again invite him.
Open your mic. Dr. Join, sir. Requested to pass your expert comment, expert in the subject of materia medica. Jain sir, Bipin Jain, can you hear? Are you? Dr. Jain sir? Dr. Jain sir, please. Okay, sir. Dr. Jain sir, please. Hello. Sir.
Sir. Hello,
Dr.
sir.
Bhatt sir. So what happened?
Yes, sir.
Should I stop?
Hello.
You please continue. Continue.
Okay, sir. Yes, Dr. Rajat Chattopadhyay, sir. Within a short period of a spell, you have given an informative lecture, and that will show you the depth of your knowledge in materia medica, organ, and weaponry, with the application of all these subjects in the clinical practice. I hope that those who are attending today's lecture, those who are beginners, those who are the students, intern, these are the guidelines, these are the inspiration for them to way the study the materia medica organ and made it a clinical application. Thank you very much, sir, Rajat Chattopadhyay, sir. And I hope that in the coming days, again, our college will call you for the special session on the study of a particular remedy or a drug. Again, those who are the our guest for today's workshop is Dr. Jain sir. Thank you very much that you are giving your valuable time for our work.
Sir, can you give me some time because I was out, sir.
Okay,
This
sir.
is
Please,
Dr.
please say, sir.
Bipin.
Please say.
Some time. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
just
sir.
want to conclude this excellent session. The Dr. Rajat sir took us to a full journey of our practice from the cross section as well as longitudinal section and connect causation to miasm. And he beautifully connected the pathology, the pathogenesis, and clinical medicine with evolution of materia medica as per Hahnemannian guidelines. He beautifully brought out Boger and his concepts, the Ferguson and Dr. Kent. I mean, this was an excellent integration of all those stalwarts, keeping it back the concept of miasm, which is the soil, which brings out all. And then he beautifully brought out the current issues and current problems and somatizations and how do we understand the current lifestyle and health and the number of diseases. And behind that, the core concept of susceptibility, which we all understand that the individualization and generalization work on that susceptibility. And all our homeopathy of susceptibility beautifully connected. Unfortunately, I missed the last part of his case presentations because there was some audio issues with the activity. But it was a beautiful narrations, and hope to listen from him his clinical experiences, which I know there are plenty, and the application of these concepts in the practice will really encourage all the students. So I'm really thankful to the organizers who has invited me as a guest here, as a special guest. But it was a treat to listen to Dr. Rajat sir and learn these integrations of all the concepts from a case receiving to the application and to the treatment part of it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. For Dr. Bhatt sir. please conclude. Okay.
Yes, sir. So thank you, everybody, the PG students and those who are participating in a workshop, and all the dignitaries. So thank you very much. And again, the link is sent on your WhatsApp group for workshop for the final year students, for the internees, and those who are from the outsiders. Even for them, the separate WhatsApp group is being formed, and link and schedule is sent to everybody. So this is a kind request on behalf of the organization committee that please attend these valuable lectures of our dignitaries of homeopathy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our tomorrow's speaker is Dr. UK Bharma from Patna. Our tomorrow speakers from UK Bharma from Patna, and our special guest is Dr. Datrai L. Kadam from Nasik Homeopathy Medical, from Nasik, one of the homeopathy medical in Nasik. And Dr. Datrai will come as a special guest and speaker from Bihar. Our speakers from Bihar. So Dr. Karthik sir, so Dr. Karthik sir, can you hear me?
Yes, doctor, I can hear you.
Okay. Now, please deal the program.
Sorry, doctor.
Deal.
Okay, I'll deal it. Okay.
And also validate session is completed.